Lamb chop. I don't care what you're hearing. You are an Aries. You were born March 25th. That makes you an Aries. No, you're not a Capricorn. You'd have had to have been born in December or January. Cola says what? No, I'm telling you, you're well, hello, Tubies. It's Psychic Bob. I'm having this perpetual debate. Cola's filled his mind with craziness, making him think he's a Capricorn, and I said he's an Aries. Anyways, I don't know what to think. Well, Lamb Chop, let's see who all's here tonight. Hello, guys. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Psychic Bob, and welcome to Spirit Channel. It's Monday night. We're going to talk about astrology tonight. Look, Lamb Chop, a lot of people. There's Lady Jane is here. There's Amsterdamsel is here. There's Scott from South Carolina is here. Oh my gosh, look, Stardust C is here. Lady Jane is here. Robin Boston's here. Robert Stevens is here. B. LeClaire is here. Amy Radcliffe is here. Oh my gosh, everybody's here, aren't they? Yeah, I know. There's Verna Kenyon's here. All right, welcome. Welcome, guys. Well, here we are. It's Monday. I'm really tired. I've been out on the town all day traveling around London. If you didn't see the video before, go check that out. It's in the queue right before this one. It's in the video section. I forget now, YouTube's separated. So you've got live and video. So you have to go over to the video section. You can see about my adventures in London today. But I'm glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, Lamb Chop, why don't you go over here and lie down a little bit, because I got to talk to everybody. What? Well, no, I'm telling you, you're Aries. Y'all, would you explain to him that he's an Aries? He really is. Trust me. I did his chart. All right, go over and sit down, okay? We'll talk about this in the morning. All right, there we go. Well, welcome, guys. It's Psychic Bob, and it's Monday. And I am broadcasting to you live from London. And we're going to talk about astrology today. So, anyways, I should probably start off by saying that this astrology forecast is for the date of Monday, January 9th, 2023, through Sunday, January 15th, 2023. I hope you guys can hear me. I can't broadcast very loud because we're in a hotel where the walls are very thin. Okay, so it's going to be Monday, the 9th of January, 2023, through Sunday, the 15th of January. So everything in this forecast is during that time period. Okay, and I thought we'd start off by talking about some of what's going on this week. Now, there's always stuff going on. By the way, the zodiac wheel is always spinning, so just remember that, okay? And don't get too worked up about anything. I know a lot of people have been panicking because Mercury's retrograde, and we're in Mercury retrograde, I think, till the 22nd. What date is that? Let me find out. I forgot I wrote it down here. All right, we're in Mercury retrograde from December 28th through January 18th. So right now we're in Mercury retrograde. We talked about this last week, but in case you weren't here, this means be very careful with your speech, be very careful with contracts. You might run into technical issues, so don't panic. Now, there are astrologers out there who are telling people, oh, Mercury retrograde's here, you have to put your life on hold. Now, don't do that. Listen, go out, live your life. Just know that you've got to be extra careful with your speech, extra careful with contracts. Keep an eye on technical stuff, especially computers and telephones, cell phones. They go a little glitchy a lot of times during this, but it's no sign that you have to quit, or not have your life. Okay. So be ready for that. Okay. Now, what do we got going on this week? Well, by the way, can you guys hear me okay? I can't tell if I'm broadcasting loud enough for you guys. Okay. I need some feedback here. You can hear me if I'm B. LeClaire. Good. Okay. Robert Stevens, good. Chelsea said, perfect. All right, good, guys. Thank you for that feedback. I never know how it's broadcasting out there. So we're talking about Mercury retrograde right now. We're in that, as I said, until January 18th. Just put on your breathing caps, just on your thinking caps, relax, and just go with it, okay? Now, this week, I tell you, from the 9th through the 15th, well, we're starting off our week with our sun in Capricorn. Happy birthday to our Capricorn babies. And there's Melinda Torna. Hey, Melinda, good to see you. Welcome. There's Scott from South Carolina. Thank you. Yes, Scott, I can't broadcast loud because of the hotel that I'm in. Okay, so we are sun in Capricorn. So happy birthday to our Capricorn babies. Now we're in the sign of Capricorn from December 22nd through January the 19th. All right, so our sun is in Capricorn. Capricorn, you are in your power mode. We'll get to that when we get to your astrology. But it's wonderful, wonderful time for Capricorns. Whenever the sun is in your sign, it's a time of power, So embrace it and, use the power to do good in the world and to advance your life, okay? Now, we're starting off this week with today, our moon is in the sign of Leo, which is a fire sign. The moon inspires our inner life. And with that moon in Leo, you're going to really be feeling inspiration. With that sun in Capricorn, that gives you a sense of stability, of grounding, and wanting to move forward. So this week is a good week for all signs, no matter what sign you are, to try to really push forward on your goals. Kicking off our week with the moon in Leo, we'll be in the sign of Leo for about 2.5 days, really gives us the impetus to get things going. Trust your inspirations, especially with business, because Capricorn is a sign that really is about getting things going business-wise. Capricorns are really great at business. If you're trying to build a business, really trust that inspiration. Think of anything you're creating right now as a channeling process. That sun in Capricorn, that moon in Leo, we're taking off, okay? Now, we do have one challenging aspect this week, which is that our moon is square Uranus, okay? The challenging aspect, as again, our moon affects our inner world. Moon square Uranus means you may start to experience extreme emotions. Try to keep that in check this week, because moon square Uranus means you could just break out radical, just lose your mind and go crazy. All right, it happens even to the best of us. So try to be aware of that. Moon square Uranus can bring out the negatives. A square, which is the negative aspect, a challenging aspect. And Uranus, in its positive aspect, let me give you the flip side of this. In its positive aspect, Uranus gives us insights, breakthroughs. You ever hit a problem, you break through. But in its square aspect, which is negative, brings out the negative traits of Uranus. The negative traits are extreme emotion, radicalism, even violence. So you want to kind of slow down, put things in check, bite your tongue as much as you can, and know that that's just going to be a factor this week, okay? So luckily with that, that moon in Leo, that will hopefully inspire us in a more positive direction, though. But understand that moon square Uranus can bring out negative aspects. So if you're out on the highway, especially right now with moon square Uranus, watch for people with road rage. Do not engage. Let them just drive on by. If you're at a shopping mall and somebody pushes in front of you in line or something, just say, that's moon square Uranus. They're acting crazy, and step back, okay? That's important for you to understand this week, okay? Now, we also have an interesting aspect, which is Mercury is trine our north node. And Mercury's in the sign of Capricorn, against which we talked about, which means positive energy for building success moving forward. And Mercury trine the north node. The north node is also in Taurus, so you've got both of these going in Earth signs. And this means that business discussions can move forward. Now, as we mentioned earlier, Mercury is in retrograde. and people might be a little challenged in getting contracts done or communication. But this week, we've got an extra plus point that Mercury, despite being in retrograde, is trine the North Node in Taurus. That gives a lot of extra power to kind of get over that hump, get over that bump. Okay. So try to keep your emotions in check. Try to be very logic oriented. A good hero for this week would be the character of Mr. Spock. You all remember Spock from Star Trek? Very logic, very non-emotional. We're all going to have to work on that this week. And if we can focus on just our logical side and stay out of the emotional range, we're probably going to be okay. Okay. Now, we have another aspect this week that is going on. We've got Mercury sextile the South Node. Now, again, Mercury's in Capricorn, and it's sextile the South Node in Scorpio. What does that mean? This means that, despite your challenges with Mercury retrograde, you're going to have a sense of the inner mysteries. Particularly, you may feel drawn to past life exploration this week, exploring reincarnation, past lives, anything mystical or occult. As I mentioned earlier, that moon square Uranus means people may be a little wonky. So kind of withdraw a little bit and focus on Mercury sextile the South Node in Scorpio. That's going to help you understand your own soul journey, as well as the soul journeys of people you're connected to. It's going to be a kind of a mystical week where if you're attuned to it, you got to be open to it, you may start to feel a sense of connectivity with people around you, past life links, little hints of that mystery of, have we lived before? Where does it all come from? Where is it all going? All of that. So that's kind of in motion this week. So we've got a kind of interesting week, a few challenges, but not the end of the world. And I really want to emphasize that because I really get disturbed when we see astrologers who are trying to fatalize everything. I've seen it on YouTube where they'll say, oh, it's the end of the world. Just don't leave your house. Everything's fated by the stars. No, the stars, always remember this. The stars are our allies. They're guiding us on our journey. They're going to help us on our way. And sometimes they point out challenges. Challenges don't mean the end of the road. They just mean, okay, we know that's up ahead. It's kind of like, think about driving a car. If you're driving a car, right, and there's going to be a big rain puddle up ahead, what do? You slow down off the gas. You don't slam on the brakes. You coast through the water area, and you just keep going. Because you know that it's up ahead, you adjust. And that's how we want to think about astrology, There is a certain person who claims to be a psychic who is denouncing astrology. They've been saying that everybody's teaching astrology is ensnaring people in false, what did they say, false systems. What was that?
She's attacking people.
Yeah, she's been attacking people and saying that none of this, all the psychics are. Yes, Baroness has helped me remember this. But I want you to understand that if you have a psychic or hearing a psychic on you, a supposed psychic, saying that astrology's false system, that it's a false white light system, whatever that means, don't believe that. Yeah, don't believe that.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Study what you want to study. If you want to learn about anything spirituality, don't let anybody stop you doing what you want to do or be what you want to be. If anybody tries to stop you, give them the middle finger.
Absolutely. Baroness said it like it is. Don't be entrapped by other people's,
If people want to talk shit, let them talk shit.
Okay. So, anyways, try to think of astrology as being guided, not controlled. We're never controlled. Okay. By the way, speaking of all things astrological, I'm wearing today my special from India Navaratna bracelet. This is the 9 gems of the zodiac. It's believed in the Vedic astrology, the Eastern system, that people wear gems to block negative malefic forces from the cosmos. So, for example, this stone, this is the garnet. Okay, or we should know. Let's use this one. All right, so that's the moon. The pearl is the moon, okay? And like if you have the moon badly placed in your chart, like moon shows a lot of challenges in your life with the moon alignments, you would wear a pearl to kind of offset that. Because in the Vedic system, they believe that the rays of the planets are emitting rays on the earth, and that if you wear the certain gems, you kind of nullify that in your life. I think it's a cool system. So, the Vedics believe, so if you don't know what your chart is, this is the cool way to get around this. Let's say you don't know what planets are badly aligned. You can wear it's called Navaratna bracelet, and it has all 9 gems of the zodiac. So any planet, it won't hurt you if it's not badly placed, but if it's badly placed, the planets are, it will protect you. So a lot of people wear these in India, Navaratna, and then they're covered no matter what happens. I think that's kind of neat. So I'm wearing my Navaratna bracelet. I have to do a whole video on this, but I just wanted to show it to you tonight. So these are real gems from India, and I just love it. And I'm wearing my vintage 1970s Aquarius pendant. Thought you'd like to see this, done in sterling silver. And there's the Aquarius guy flying through space, pouring water. Isn't that beautiful? I think the jewelry in the 70s was more beautiful. Look how beautiful the chase work is on that. It really sparkles, doesn't it? And there's my silver chain. PsychicBob, be styling. And I'm wearing today, again, because it's Astrology Monday, my star map shirt. And this is the constellations of the universe. This is an actual star map. And in the dark, these constellations glow in the dark. Isn't that fun? I thought you guys enjoy seeing that,
Take your top off, Bob. Oops, I forgot you were alive.
Cole is trying to get me to undress. Shh. Well, anyways, so this is kind of some of our major transits for the week. Now, a lot of you have been saying, PsychicBob, what about my personal sign? Well, of course, we're going to talk about your signs, because I'm also going to give you my horoscopes for this next week. This horoscope forecast, again, is for we're going to cover all 12 zodiac signs, and it's for the period of Monday, January 9th through Sunday, January the 15th. Now, I want to just clarify, because once in a while I get a hate letter from somebody saying, PsychicBob, you stole so-and-so's astrology forecast. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't even know these people they tell me about. I actually have studied astrology since 1978. And so I know how to do charts. I know how to interpret charts and how to do horoscopes. So these are my own put together, my own study of the stars. And you won't get them anywhere else. They're unique to Spirit Channel, to me, to PsychicBob. So gather around. We're going to cover all 12 signs. So everybody here tonight is getting a reading. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through the zodiac wheel. I wish I had my big zodiac tapestry. You guys remember that? It's kind of like this shirt, like it goes around, Anyways. So we're going to give the sign, and after each sign, I'll give the birth date range for that sign. So if you don't know what sign you are, just listen up, because, for example, the first sign is Aries, and Aries is March 21st through April 19th. So if your birthday falls between March 21st and April 19th, you are an Aries, okay? And just listen up, okay? So we'll get you sorted. If you don't know what sign you are, listen, you'll figure it out. And if you're a cusp baby, it means you're between both signs. Some astrology forecasts year to year, the day will shift by a day or two. If another astrologer said that Aries runs through March, for March 20th instead of the 21st, and you're like, well, Bob, according to you, I'm a Pisces. Listen to both signs. You'll figure out which one you are. And if you really want help, I do private astrology consultations, and we can pull the charts and really look at where you fall during the year you're born. Okay, so if you're a cusp baby, you get 2 horoscopes. That's all it means. Just listen to both of them. All right, so there we go. So let's start around our wheel. All right, our first sign on our wheel is Aries. and that is March 21st through April 19th. Hold on, guys. I got to put on my glasses. I can't read my chicken scratch here. I hand do all my stuff, so I got all my notes here. Okay. So, Aries, March 21st through April 19th. Right now, Aries, you've got Aries and your sign and the planet Jupiter is in the 10th house. This is all about focus on achievement right now. And you want to really make business and personal goals your focus. Aries, right now you have, because of these alignments, the ability to be eagle-eyed, and you should really do it. Don't let anybody sway you off your path. Focus on your vision, your goals. This is business, but it's also personal as well. So maybe you're Aries and you've been thinking, I want to start a business. Well, you can focus on that this week. And maybe part of your personal goals is
Lamb chop can make, if he's an Aries, he can start a mint business making mint jelly.
That's right. Cola said Lamb Chop could start his own mint jelly business. Could do that.
But that's unfortunate because he's a Capricorn.
Cola still insists he's a Capricorn. So Aries, think about your personal goals, okay? Maybe you want to, work on having a relationship in your life. Maybe your personal goal is to start a new life away from abusive people. Whatever your goals are, make that your focus. Aries, you get to be, of all the signs this week, you get to be the most self-focused. And I say self-focused, not self-centered, okay? You are going to focus on yourself this week, Aries, but it's for the good of your well-being and for the good of all that you're going to encounter. So this week, Aries, it's all about you being centered, being focused, being goal-oriented, personal and business, okay? So if you do that, you're going to have an awesome week. So there you go, Aries. Yay. All right, our next sign on our wheel is Taurus, and that's April 20th through May 20th. Taurus, right now, this is really interesting. You've got the North Node in the 11th house. And what this is all about is letting go of the past and looking to the future. You also have Uranus placed in the 11th house right now, which is positively aspected for breakthroughs for you. So Taurus, now kind of think of this time, this next week, as releasing yourself from your shackles. Whatever's holding you back, whatever you're afraid of, just let it go and start to move forward. There's no point hashing the past. This North Node energy, North Node is the alignment of the moon in the chart. It's hard to explain, but the North Node deals with the alignment of the moon as it moves through the chart. And it's placed right now, the North Node, for you to be future focused, not past. So if all that past stuff is coming up, see it for what it is and release it. But then turn your focus immediately to the future, to your next plan, your next goal. Start to move forward, Taurus. Get unstuck. I guess that's the word I want to say. It's the easiest way to put it this way. Taurus, get unstuck. Unstuck from the past, unstuck from your fear, unstuck from what could have, should have, and say, you know what, this is where we are and we're moving forward. And you will rock it this week, all right? Let that Uranian influence in your chart push you forward. All right, there you go, Taurus. All right, you got your homework cut out for you. All right, Chelsea Bass is here and says, unstuck resonates. All right. Hi, Verena. Verena Kenya says, a real psychic would not belittle someone else. I agree, Verena. It's sad to me that there's people out there doing that. But, we just have to let it go. But I did want to bring it up because I've been getting letters from people confused by what they were saying. Anyways, we're going to be like the Taurus and just move forward. All right. Now, next sign on our wheel is Gemini, and that's May 21st through June 20th. Okay. Gemini, right now you've got Mars in the 12th house and your sign is passing through the 12th house. This is the house that deals with psychic visions, inner prophecies, inner knowing, dreams, visions, mysticism. This week, Gemini, you want to let that Martian energy really open that inner channel. This week, it's all about being mystical, about being a prophet, about seeing the vision. Now, Gemini, people around you may not get your vision. And so for that reason, you might want to kind of hold it within for a little longer till you're ready to speak. Don't just run into the streets preaching, I have a prophecy. This energy is more internal right now because of the 12th house alignment. You don't want to just kind of blurt it out to the world. So Gemini, you get to be the hidden mystic, the inner visionary. Now, you may have a few small people in a smaller social circle who are ready for the prophecies. And by all means, share it if you feel you can. But don't feel compelled this week because most of the energy is inner work this week, Gemini. So be a mystic. Honor the vision, honor your truth, discover the mystery of spirit as it's flowing through you at night in the dreams and in your deep thoughts of your mind. Be your inner mystic, and you're going to have an amazing week. In fact, I would encourage Geminis, keep a little notebook this week. Write down your dreams, write down your visions, write down your prophecies. Now, if you're a Gemini and you're saying, well, Psychic Bob, I am not psychic at all. Okay, listen. You this week get to be psychic, okay? Be open to it. Let it work with you because with that Martian aligned with Mars in the 12th house in your sign, there is no way you cannot have some inner inspiration going. So remember, the stars are giving you power. Say, I receive that power and use it for your good. All right, Gemini, be a mystic. Blessings to you all. All right, next sign on our wheel is Cancer, and that's June 21st through July 22nd. Cancer, you're normally a little more reserved. Cancers tend to be quiet. They're more inner focused. But Cancer, right now, your sign is moving through the first house, and you are the ascendant starting off the week. This is bigger than life energy. Cancer, come out of your shell, go into the world, see and be seen. You get to be bigger than life. Oh, we just lost connection. Okay, hold on. We're getting some tech issues. Guys, bear with us. This week, Cancer, it's about being in the world. It may seem a little unnatural for you, Cancers, because a lot of you, as I said, are more reclusive. But this week, Cancer, I really have to encourage you. Be bigger than life. Risk being a movie star. See and be seen. Go out, meet people, go to events, be present. What all this is going to do for you, it's going to open up opportunities. It's going to open up opportunities not only for business, but for personal joy, for connection to others. And so, Cancer, come out of your shell, be the ascendant sign of power. See and be seen. And you're going to be amazed at how easy it is for you and how much joy you get this week. All right, Cancer, so I want to see you at the next party that I throw. All right, there we go. Next sign on our wheel is Leo, and Leo is July 23rd through August 22nd. Leo, right now, you've got the moon in your sign, and your sign is transversing the second house of the zodiac. And this is about goals and attainment and moving into the outer world. And this week, it's very much aligned because of that lunar energy, that moon in your sign. You've got to trust your psychic power to get ahead. You have a lot of power this week, Leo, to be in the world. But it's not just your outer power, because Leos generally are signs that bring a lot of high power. But you've got to listen. This is the hard part for Leos because you're very outer world focused. You're going to have the balance this week of being in the world, working on your goals, but also being within to hear the voice of the spirit. And you know what, Leos, you can do this. You have a lot of power. Sometimes you forget your power. Don't we all forget our power sometimes? Leo, this week for you, it's about going into the world and yet being separate from the world. Isn't that an interesting concept? Now, this week, you have to think about, how can I be mystic, inner voice, feeling, trust those inner feelings, and yet go into the world and be productive. It's a little bit of a balancing act. But this week, with the alignment of the stars, Leo, you are going to master it. And I think for some of you Leos who have never really worked with your psychic energy, this is a great week to test your power and learn how that works. So Leo, go into the world, yet be a mystic. Some challenges are going to rock it. This is great. Oh my gosh. Hello, Kathy Miki. Welcome. There's Robin Boston. Yay. All right. Oh my gosh. You guys are the best. Oh, thank you, Stardust C. Stardust C says, hey, think about love your astrology bracelet. That's right. I'm wearing my gems. These are all real gems. There's sapphires, rubies, diamonds, corals, pearl.
Is that diamonds in it?
Yeah, it's got a real diamond in it right there.
Has it?
Yep.
Well, I said I would get Robin Boston one.
So this is, yes, thank you, Stardust. Anyways, I'm going to have to do a whole hour just on the astrology bracelet. Maybe next week we can do that. We'll talk more about that. But for right now, I'm wearing it, and I love it. All right. Thank you so much, Stardust. I love that you love it. I love it, too. It's one of my most favorite pieces of all my jewelry collection. All right. So there we go. Next sign on our wheel is Virgo. And Virgo is August 23rd through September 22nd. Somebody said the sound is off. Can you guys hear me? I hope you guys can hear me. Am I broadcasting sound, Cola?
Yeah, hang on, I'm checking.
I don't know if I'm muted.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right. So our next sign on our wheel is Virgo. Virgo. I love Virgos. August 23rd through September 22nd. You know, Virgo, right now, your sign is crossing through the third and the fourth house. The third house deals with what I think, how I'm processing inner thoughts. The fourth house deals with your intuitive nature and your intuitive stuff. There's a lot of inner stuff going on with Virgo. What's interesting is that these houses also, the fourth house deals with intuitiveness, but nurturing as well. So nurturing. And so this week, Virgo, you want to kind of be attuned to your loved ones and attuned to their needs. This week, Virgo, it's about you being of service to others around you. But to be of the best service, Virgo, you're going to have to feel your way through it, because people around you may not be able to express what they really want or they really need. So your work this week, Virgo, is to be a bit of a psychic sleuth and feel your way through it. Okay. And then say, how can I serve those I love? How can I nurture them? How can I heal them? How can I make their lives better? This week, Virgo, it's not about you, it's about them. And Virgos, you are naturally one of the most giving signs of the zodiac. Virgos are the nurturers. They're the mother of God's energy. And this week, Virgo, I think you're going to really fill in your element. If you're Virgo this week and you're feeling a little out of sorts, because you're feeling that, what is that aspect? That moon square Uranus, okay, that we got going this week. If you're feeling that, just to break out of that cycle, start serving others. Forget yourself for a little while and serve others. And for Virgos, this won't be hard, and you'll feel really good in the process. Love those around you, serve them, give them what they need, and use your psychic gifts to really intuit what they need. That is your secret to success this week, Virgo. And I really think Virgos are going to rock it. I think of all the signs this week, Virgo, you have probably the most joyful homework to do. Because, whenever we serve others, we grow for ourselves. Sometimes we think, oh, I got to go deal with these people. I got to do all this and that. Don't get caught up in that this week. You just serve and love, and you will rock it. All right, next sign on our wheel is Libra, September 23rd through October 22nd. All right, Libras. Right now, your sign is moving through the fourth house. This week, Libra, you get to kind of withdraw from the world and focus on your inner peace and your security. Maybe you feel out of touch with how you're feeling. This week, Libra, nurture yourself, discover your inner peace and what brings you security. Maybe you've been feeling anxious, Libra, and you don't know where it comes from. Slow down and say, what is triggering me? What is making me feel less than joyful? And then work on fixing that this week. Libras are going to find that they can come to a place of inner peace and a place of inner balance this week, provided that they slow down enough and focus on themselves. Now, you see, Libras, a lot like the Virgos, love to take care of everybody else. Every Libra I know worries about making everybody around them happy. But Libra, this week, I want you to withdraw from the world and be all about you. Again, not selfish, self-honoring. There is a difference. And this week, the universe is supporting you because you're moving through that fourth house that deals with your inner focus. Give yourself the time. The universe is trying to take you there to help you. So do that, and you're going to be blessed. All right? There we go. Yay, that's Libra. Next sign on our wheel is Scorpion. That's October 23rd through November 21st. You know, Scorpion, this week you got the South Node prominently placed in the fifth house around you. Fifth house deals with service to others, giving your energy to help those around you. And this is really like the Libras this week, Scorpio. You want to help those you love. But this week, what's interesting, because of that South Node, you want to help people discover their spiritual side. And some of that for you Scorpios is going to be helping people discover, one, that they have a soul, and two, that that soul is eternal and is crossed through lifetimes. You're going to find this week, Scorpio, that people that you might even have never thought were spiritual will be profoundly open to this sort of spiritual discussion. So this week, you're going to help people by awakening their inner soul, by awakening their awareness of their own journey and the journey of those around them. This is going to be a very, interesting way to process, or not to process, but to share with others. So Scorpio, you get to be kind of a spiritual teacher, a spiritual awakener, and that's going to be your work this week. All right, Scorpio? So don't be afraid to share. Help people to see their past. Help them to understand the future. Help them to see the journey of the soul. You got some work cut out for you, but it'll be a great week. Thank you, Scorpios. Blessings to you. All right, hold on. I got to drink some tea here. You know, the Baroness is making me drink tea all day long. She's like, you need tea. You know, the British, you can't tell them no about tea. I just decided to go with the system. All right. Yes, Cola, I'm drinking my tea.
Stronger than tea, Pops.
She said I need more than tea. Oh, my goodness. All right. So our next sign on our wheel is Sagittarius. My mom was a Sagittarius. November 22nd through December 21st. You know, Sag, right now your sign is moving through the sixth house. You don't have any planets placed, so it's really about focusing on the energy of the sixth house. And this house is the house of service. It's about daily service. It's not necessarily a glamorous thing. And Sag, you may find that the best way you have success this week is just keeping it simple. Be of service to help those in need. Maybe you have a family member who's disabled And you think, you know what? I could go out and pick up their medicine for them this week. Think of ways, Sagittarius, that you can just follow the routine of the day and take care of those around you. You're going to find that practicality is the ruling energy of the week for you, Sagittarius. This is not about being mystical and profound. It's not about being a saint. It's just about doing your daily duty and doing it in a way that benefits people. Sometimes I think some of the greatest heroes are the people who do the daily work that we never recognize. Do you know, the other day I saw a trash man loading trash down the street here in London. And I thought, that guy gets up every day at 5 a.m., jumps on that truck and riding around London. Does anybody ever say thank you to him? Probably not. But I was inspired. And I thought, this is a man who's just doing his daily duty, and yet the world is better for it. How many of us would be lost if we didn't have our trash man pick up our trash? Now, I'm not saying you have to go work for the trash company. But this week, just think about daily duties and being of
I
service.
suppose you could be like that big psychic and talk trash.
Well, we're not going to talk trash, but that's what you got to do this week, Sagittarius. Be of service and just help those in need. Keep it simple, and your life will be great. All right, there you go, Sag. You got your work cut out for you. All right, next sign on our wheel is Capricorn.
Yay.
That's Cola. Ooh. Cola said lamb chops at Capricorn. I'm telling you, he's an Aries. All right, December 22nd through January 19th. You know, Capricorn, right now, you've got Mercury placed in the 6th house, okay? And you've got the sun in the 7th house. All of this deals with relationship energy, with communications. And really, the alignments this week promote love. It's about working through communications, finding love in the week, and trying to build partnerships and alliances that are harmonious and loving. So this week, Capricorn, don't throw in the towel. If you're struggling with that communication, spend time, talk to that loved one, talk to your partner. Try to just keep talking, because the alignment of the planets this week promotes building loving unions, building relationships, building that special bond. And you've got the sun empowering you. You know what? The sun is in your back, shining on your sign. You got the power to change the world. So don't throw in the towel. With Mercury retrograde, Capricorn, you might feel a little frustrated right now because Mercury is predominantly in your chart. And you may feel like you're communicating and nobody's listening. But this week, with this moving through the 6th house, this is about breaking through and building loving bonds. So don't throw in the towel. Love those that you're with. What's that old song? If you can't love the one you love the one you're with. So love the one you're with, and you're going to have a good week and build those bonds and heal those relationships and strengthen that unity. It's all about love this week for Capricorns. So go and love your partner. Work through the discussions. Keep talking. All right? See, this is where I think so many relationships go wrong. People stop talking. We may not always like what we say, but if we just keep talking, we'll break through. And that's your work this week, Capricorn. Blessings to you. Let that sun bless you. You are in your power mode. Woo! Shake it up, Capricorn. All right. All right. The next side of our wheel is Aquarius. Now, I'm not writing Aquarius horoscope for myself. It's for everybody. That's Aquarius. January 20th through February 18th. All right. Oh, your Louis Vuitton scarf still in my bag. I bought Cola's scarf today. I forgot it was in my bag.
Man. You said about Capricorns and love and everything. Amsterdam, so you had said something about bondage. I said, oh, bondage. Bob's, where's that silky Louis Vuitton scarf?
Oh. I don't know anything about that. All right. Onward we go. Aquarius, January 20th through February 18th. All right. All right, so what do we got going on here? Well, Aquarius, right now you've got Venus trine Mars in your sign, and it's in the 8th house. It's the house of sensuality, as well as the house of letting go of the past. This week, Aquarius, you want to embrace your sensual side. Feel that romantic energy. Let yourself feel from the body. I think Aquariuses, and I speak as an Aquarius, our challenge in relationships, and those of you who are Aquarius or been in a relationship now, Aquariuses get all up in their head and they forget to connect to their heart and their body. And so, Aquarius, this week, you want to feel your humanity, sense your body, be open to sensuality, to sexuality. Let yourself feel yourself in the 3 dimensions. Get out of the 5th dimension and get down to the 3rd. Let that 8th house help you. You want to let go of the past and be inspired to move forward. Be in the present, Aquarius. Feel the energy of the earth. What was that old Aretha Franklin song? I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky come tumbling down. That's our song, Aquarius. That's what we want to sing this week. So feel your way, but be in touch with you, not all up in the clouds. Get grounded in your body. Let your body be a tool of sensing, a sensation, and let it help you to move forward, release the past, and feel alive and connected and present. And that is your secret to success. All right, Aquarius, you know what to do. All right, our next sign on our wheel is Pisces, and Pisces is February 19th through March 20th. Oh, I tell you, Pisces, you are supercharged this week. You've got Neptune, which is your ruling planet, in the 10th house, and it's trine the ascendant. What does all that mean? It means trust your intuition in your dealings with others. Let your psychic light lead you into the outer world. Now, Pisces, you're one of these signs who is very inner focused, very mystical, very dreamy. But Pisces, this week with that ascendant energy, you're being kind of pushed into the outer world, okay? And being in the outer world means that you're going to have to rely on your psychic sense to lead you through that maze. But this week, it's about shining. It's about being seen, feeling the flow of the channel, and going into the world in a major way, knowing that channel, that inner psychic channel, is what's guiding all your success. So let that lead you into the outer world and let the light shine. And you're going to have a great week. Pisces, you're a lot like this week. If I were to compare you, I'd say you're a lot like traditional Leos. You're bigger than life. And Pisces, it's almost like you and Leo flipped this week, because Leo is about going inside, whereas Pisces is about going into the outer world. And that's kind of challenging for each of those signs to flip their nature. But this week, Pisces, know that as you do that, your channel is empowering all of that. And you're going to rock it. So don't worry about it. You might be a little scared. So, Psychic-Bob, I'd rather just stay at home, go behind my curtain. No, Pisces, you're being pushed in the outer world. Don't be surprised, Pisces, if you're like working this week and your boss comes and says, I want you to take the lunch meeting today. You're going to talk. And you're like, just say, I'm opening the channel. Okay, we're going to go with it. Watch how the success comes. Your secret is to learn to be in a channeling state while still being in front of the world. A little challenging for Pisces, but it's a good challenge. And I feel really good looking at the alignments here with Neptune in your 10th house, trine the ascendant. You got power. You got power. So embrace your power. And what do we always say here at Spiritual? Name it and claim it. Whew, be glorified. Pisces, you're going into the outer world as your cousins Leo go into the inner world. Little shift for you guys this week, but you're going to rock it. All right. Lean on your Leo friend if you get overwhelmed. They'll help you learn how to deal with that. And Leo, if you get a little scared by that inner world work, Call on your Pisces. They'll help you understand that. See, all the signs can help each other. And that's what we want to do. So this week, guys, there are our horoscopes for all 12 zodiac signs. And I hope this has given you a little help this week. I've certainly enjoyed putting together the astrology for you guys. Very fascinating stuff. And you know what? I think you're going to rock it. I really do. You see? So anyways, all right, Robin Boston says, I'm naming it and claiming it. All right, there you go. Amsterdam says, oh, my love was a Leo. And Amsterdam, sir, aren't you a Pisces? So that's kind of neat. So, you know, those who we've loved and lost are available. So Amsterdam, so if your love's a Leo, you call on him in spirit because he can help you learn to adapt and give you blessings this week. You see? And she's going to name it and claim it too. Amsterdam says, this is a big week. Yeah, it's a big week. There's a lot here this week because a lot of the signs are being challenged, not in a bad way. Now, challenge, some people get scared of that word, but I'm looking at from all the alignments this week. What I'm learning is that we're all 12 signs, it doesn't matter which sign you are, this week are being kind of pushed, all of us, out of our comfort zone a little bit. Like, for example, I told you I'm an Aquarius, right? We Aquarians are being challenged to get out of the ethers, to get into our bodies. Most Aquarians are not connected to their bodies, at least not very strongly. And so for us, we got to learn to do a shift.
They need to learn how to stop bloody whining.
Cola said Aquarians need to stop learning how to bloody whine. All right, well, I might whine a little bit. But, well, okay, maybe a little bit. But this week, you see, we're all working on our challenges. So let's all support each other. We all got big work to do. And this is the wonder of astrology because we see the alignments, they give us power. And if we work with that energy that is present, don't I always say when we work with the energy that is present, then we are successful. And that's what we got to do. We got to be successful this week. So let's all help each other. You know, if I get too intellectual and off in space, Pola's going to ground me down because she's a Capricorn, get me focused again, you know? And so we're all helping each other. And so if you're a little overwhelmed by your astrology,
Jamie's passing you some cheese, Bob.
Okay.
Pass us some cheese to the wind jar.
Okay, thank you, JD. I'll accept your cheese. But this week, guys, if you're feeling a little challenged by your astrology, like, I don't know if I can do that, know that the cosmos is backing you. And Psychic Bob is here to help you. All right? So we're going to get through this week. We're all working together on it. And I hope that this has given you a little bit of astrological insight this week. So remember what I always say, the stars do not compel nor control us, but they're sources of power we can draw from. All right? And if you get scared of all that and feels overwhelmed, go wear an astrological bangle, and that may help you too. Oh my gosh. Well, listen, I'm not doing psychic readings because it's my day off today, but I am going to answer any astrology questions that you have. By the way, speaking of psychic readings, be here tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon Eastern on Tuesday because we're going to do live psychic readings. It's messages from the spirit world tomorrow. So if you want a psychic reading, be here tomorrow and we'll see what spirit's got for you, okay? But does anybody have any questions astrologically this week that you want to ask? Anything going on? Or
Great, that's causing all Aquariuses to wane.
Mercury retrograde's affecting all of us, probably Aquariuses too. So yes, we are in Mercury retrograde, as I said, till January 18th.
How long is the shitstorm going to last?
Yeah, till January the 18th, okay?
Oh, God.
So we're all in that. But again, like these other astrologers on YouTube who are just flipping out over Mercury retrograde, I refuse to get flipped out. Does it create problems? Yes, to be honest with you, Mercury retrograde, at least in my life, does create problems. Not in a major way. Nothing that I have to scream and run into the middle of the night in terror. Just know it. And it's like we talked about earlier, drive around the puddle of water so you don't conk your car out.
Amsterdam said, can it affect electronics? Well, it's been affecting me, hasn't it? Because I've been electric. I'm not
Yes.
static and everything.
Yes. A Mercury retrograde will affect electronics. So back up your computers, back up your cell phones, back up your cameras. Okay, like tonight we already had the glitch go twice. Sound went out and then we stopped recording. Doesn't surprise me. Mercury retrograde. This is par for the course. But what do? Do I cancel the show because Mercury retrograde? No. We're going to work the show. We might have some challenges, but we just keep going. And Cola, what she was saying, she's been having really wild electric currents go through her. She's like literally touching stuff and sparks are flying off of her. I got a shock from her the other day. She just touched my shoulders like, and so, yeah. So, yes, to answer your question, Amsterdam, it does affect electronics. Okay. That's a good question. All right. All right. So anybody else have any questions? No? All right. Well, here's your chance. Well, anyways, if we don't have any more questions, I'm going to wrap it up. It's late here in England. It's 1 a.m. But I've had the best time with all of you tonight. And I hope that wherever you are, you're having a good time. And listen, as I always say, and I have to say it every week, but it's so true. If you are at a time of challenge in your life, don't give in to despair. Just pause. Remember to look to the stars because that big zodiac wheel is always spinning. Now look at my shirt. There's the zodiac. All the cosmos is in motion. And that means that each day there's energy and alignments that can come and help you on your journey. So keep a little faith. Keep a little hope, keep a little love in your hearts. Look to the stars as your friends, and you're going to be blessed. I thank you guys for being here tonight. Let's give a big shout out to Baroness Kolobos for helping in the chat and moderating. Thank you so much, Baroness, for your kind service. And you guys are the best.
Yours a massage.
She said I owe her a massage.
I'm joking.
All right. Maybe my astrological bangle can get me out of that. We're going to pray to the stars.
Yeah, God's fine.
All right.
I fall asleep.
Scott from South Carolina says, God save the king. That's right. We're saying God save the king. Listen, guys, every day we're putting out 2 videos. So in the morning, we usually have a video from London, usually an adventure where I go out. We're going to be in London a few more days. And so we got a lot more to show you. So I hope you'll hang with us. And then in the evening, we do our live show. Now, tomorrow, our show will be at 12 o'clock noon. So we won't have an evening show, but we'll have a noonday show. So I hope you'll join us for that. But you guys are best. I love you. Thank you for being here. Listen, I hope you got this. If you tuned in late, go back and rewatch it. We cover a lot of stuff today.
And we'll put videos up on Instagram, pictures up on Instagram.
Yeah, and Cola and her, it's Baroness Cola Bob's?
Yeah.
Baroness Cola Bob's on Instagram is her Instagram. She's putting up pictures from London, so definitely check that out as well. All right, guys, listen, I love you. Blessed be, and good night.